Hey, welcome to Augmented Technologies. I'm Jay, and we are doing an install of the Azure Module in PowerShell. And first off, let me just say this is being done on Windows 11. It should apply for Windows 10. I don't know about anything before that, but we're working with Windows 11. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need is $sign. Let's make sure we get that right. $PS, and what you want to do is, and I accidentally hit the tab button before I did it, is we want to do version, and then it'll go ahead and we hit tab, and that will auto complete the whole command. But if you just want to type it in, it's $PS version table, and we see we have 5.1.2. Now, why is that important? As you can, if we take a look here at the requirements for the PowerShell module, it requires 7.0 or higher. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is check out the install method we're going to do, and Windows suggests doing it by PowerShell. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the website and we're going to check it out. So first thing we need to do is do the winget command. Now I'm going to go ahead and go down here and copy the command directly from the page just so I get everything right. So I'm going to go and input it and hit enter. It's going to first ask you, do you want to agree to all the source agreements? I guess this covers any sources that any sources that you download. I'm going to hit yes, and then it pulls up the different versions that are available. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the latest version. That's a 7.2.6. Also, you don't want to hit the copy button on this one. You want to copy just copy one of the first option, and then enter that into the command line. Now, depending on the speed of your computer and everything, your download speed and everything, it'll take a couple of minutes. So you could just take a look. It'll take like maybe a minute. And we are done. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go down here, and as you can see, I guess we need to restart the computer, I guess, for the new program to update. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and restart the computer and come back. Now that we're back, if you hit PS version table again, you'll see that we still have 5.1 up, and that's because instead of updating this program, what it does is install an entirely new PowerShell program, which I'll pull up right down here. And as you can see, this is PowerShell X64. This is the new program you're going to use. Now, you can get rid of the old program if you want, or keep both. I just kept mine. I kept the old one because you never know if there might be a need for any, I guess, any thing that might require that version. So I just keep it on there. I have the space. So if we go ahead and do PS version table and hit enter, we can see now that I put both versions next to each other. We can see now we're working with 7.2.6, which is what we downloaded. So now we're ready to go and get the Azure PowerShell module. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the old version and move this one over to the left hand side here and pull up the instructions for installing the Azure PowerShell module. So now that we have the newer version of PowerShell installed, let's go ahead and install the Azure PowerShell module. So first thing, let's check to make sure we meet all the requirements. So the first requirement is that we are at 7.0.6 and higher, which we made sure we did by updating or getting the newest version. So we're good right there. So now the next thing, that's pretty much the big, that's the only requirement, of course. And the next thing we need to do is we need to first thing we're going to do is check to see if there's any execution policies. So basically, I guess if there's anything already pre-installed, or you did anything where it has a certain policy for executing in your PowerShell, we're just checking to see if there are any in there, and making sure it's clear. So we go ahead and hit enter, and as you can see, we don't have any policy, so we're good to go there. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste this next command, install module, as you see it written out here. Just go ahead and click copy and paste it into the command line, but before you press enter, we're going to add something at the end, and it's a parameter. We're going to add allow clobber. You'll have some problems installing this module if you don't add that at the end. Now I'll put a link to, I guess, the description of why you need it if you want to. I'm just going through what you need to do. You just simply need to install this, and again, depending on the speed of your computer and the download speeds and everything, it'll take a little bit just to install the program. My install took roughly about 30-40 seconds. Okay, so I'm done installing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enter my account information. That's it. Here we are. We're in the Azure PowerShell command line, and we're good to go. So this was a video on installing the Azure PowerShell module. I hope it was helpful. If you have any critiques or anything, please just drop them down in the comments. If you have any questions, just also down in the comments. I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.